complication, and it's an only child. Consume my reputation as something more than what I know it serves me right, but I can't sleep at night. Have to hide my face or go some other place.
Now your question might be, what is writer's block to me? Well, I'll sum it up in one word, originality. It all came together in a collective vision. Sit back and let me tell you our mission. To arm young voices with the pen and the prose, reinforcing teamwork, accountability, and responsibility, igniting social change on the page and the stage.
Wow, that was nice. Hi, I'm Zach. And these are my friends, Ariana and Naomi, who you just heard give that lovely introduction to what we basically do in like every play. I think we did it in the anniversary for the writer's block. Writer's block is something that I've been a part of much longer than, much shorter than any of these two. And Writer's Block is basically about igniting social change on the page and the stage. What we do every year, from what I've been a part of, is we try and basically like bring attention to like social issues that's going on in the world. Like last year we did slavery, slavery back in the day, and how we're a slave in a different way, slave to our minds. And then this year, should we talk about this year? This year is we're going to be discussing about violence in city streets, gang violence, basically all kinds of violence that you can think of, with Sincerely the Streets, which is basically what I just said. Trust me, I'm just awkward. I'm just as awkward as in real life. So it's going to be August 15th, 2014, August 15th through the 17th, at New London High School. We do know it's going to be at New London High School on the 15th. And so.
Yeah. Zach.
Well, I started writer's block when I was 7 years old. I started early. Me and my brother joined, and I've been in writer's block for 8.5 years now, going on my 9th.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've been here for a while. And I've kind of seen writer's block change with the times. And by that I mean, like, we used to have a lot of older people and a lot of, like, teenagers and all of that. And now we've our age has kind of gone down. And, like, now we have a lot of the younger kids, and we accept from 10-year-olds now. And back in the day, we really weren't doing that. And writer's block has honestly been my safe haven, honestly, throughout these all 8.5 years. Like, writer's block is my family. This is where I go that I can really, really be myself. And that has helped me so much going through, because I moved here from California. And my first summer here, I joined writer's block. So I didn't know anything about Connecticut or anything like that. But I love it. Writer's block is honestly the reason why I do what I do. I wouldn't sing or act or dance or anything, honestly, if I didn't join writer's block, because I didn't know I could do that. And
yeah. Wow.
Naomi.
Well, how am I supposed to go after that? I basically can tell you guys, I've been in writer's block for 2 years, and I can tell you that I've honestly changed. I found myself kind of in writer's block. I started writing when I was 6. I started writing poetry. I had no idea what spoken word was, but I started writing what I called poetry, more like the roses are red, violets are blue, I like shoes, do you? Pretty sure that was the first poem I ever wrote. But
that's me when I rap, honestly.
Yeah,
I just find things that rhyme all the time.
But like, that's basically, I stopped writing because I thought my teacher told me that I was okay, but I wasn't good enough kind of thing. And I didn't want to hear it. I was like, no, I swear I'm really good. And my teacher's like, no, actually, you need to work on it. And so I stopped writing for a good 2 years. And then my friend Vanessa Gums, shout out, she told me about writer's block, and she's like, listen, you need to go. You are like, because I started hinting that I could write, and she's like, you are so amazing at writing, you just need to go. You need to flourish in there. And I was like, how am I supposed to flourish in a company called Writer's Block? But turns out,
Think about that.
turns out it's the exact opposite. I flourished. I didn't have any blocks. Huh? Get it? Okay. And I started writing on and on and on. And
She gave many dead trees some tattoos.
yes,
Yeah.
many dead trees, lots of tattoos. And now I have so many that my dad wants to put it in a book. So
Wow.
writer's block changes everything.
Everything.
And also, I forgot to say, but Naomi did touch on it. Writer's block is something that breaks stereotypes of youth, especially in New London County. Like, there's so much that you hear about, like, violence, as we said, like, teenagers getting into drugs and just gangs and all of this stuff, flunking out of school, and you don't really hear too much in, like, the newspapers or, like, on news channels at all of successes from people from New London or people from New London County or just kids in general. Like, you really don't hear that much. And Writer's Block gives these kids a stage to show who they really are outside of the stereotypes, outside of anything that anybody prejudgments, anything. Like, Writer's Block, you go there and you are yourself and you don't get judged for anything. And this show, especially, like, Sincerely the Streets, it's real. It tells
so
a story
real.
of so many kids that
It's
are
actually
our
like
age.
the most depressing play.
It's really sad, but it's real life.
It's real life,
Yeah,
though.
it's like I'm sad is actually a bad word. It's like the realest play I've ever had the chance of being a part of writing.
Exactly.
I because all the other plays were like mostly like monologues. This one has monologues, but it's also like the first play that I've generally felt like crying over.
Yeah,
The other plays were terrific, but this one is like, oh my goodness, we're gonna make people cry.
We're gonna make people cry, but we're also gonna make people realize, like,
Make people aware.
It happens.
this
everywhere.
is literally right outside your door.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Your
and
backyard, like.
that's exactly what we want.
Even
We
students-
want you to realize that we, like, what they put on the news might be somewhere else, but this is happening right outside your door.
Yeah.
So open your eyes and realize it.
Even a couple of students from the block said that they've had stuff happen around their neighborhood, like right outside their front door, like shootings, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
That was scary when they said
my
that.
goodness.
Though.
Yeah, and like you think, a lot of people think because, oh, we're young and we're just teenagers, like we haven't really seen the real world yet. But honestly, I beg to differ. Like, we've seen so much of the real world, just because it's not like the working world, maybe not, but like the real world where violence and stuff like this is happening. Like, we've been in it. We are still in it. We are basically in
live it.
Exactly. That's
We're
our
it.
life. So this show really does tell the story of kids our age that are just going through real issues. Like,
If you look at this flyer, like, this flyer is so powerful in itself. Shout out to Adam, because he made this flyer. There's a father teaching his baby how to hold a gun. There is chemical bombing in one corner, and a person, like, literally showing a gun right to the face of someone, but all you see is the actual gun, and you can't see his face. So that's exactly what we live. We live in a world where you can't see the face. We're always covered underneath this mask. And it kind of just, like, we move differently, and we think we know somebody. That's why we call it fake, because we think we know somebody when we really don't. We don't know their story. And that's what we want to portray. We want to get it through you guys that we're trying to tell you our story, basically.
yeah, everybody has a story.
That what fakes means. I hate to know what ratchet means.
Everybody has a story. And I feel like at Writer's Block, you're able to tell your story.
Absolutely.
And you're able to get these real issues across to people that you normally wouldn't reach. Like, we're going to do it at New London High School. Now, that stage fits that auditorium fits how many people?
Like over 900. It's
A
900
lot of
and
people.
something.
And I know actually that we're gonna sell it out. Like, we're gonna reach so many people with this show.
I can't
And so many
wait.
people are already excited about it. So it's like, I have no doubt we're gonna sell it out. So we're gonna reach people that every day from where we live we wouldn't have been able to reach. And I think Writer's Block is Writer's Block is the only reason why we're able to do that. Writer's Block takes us to other places outside of our community to perform, so people can hear our voices and know that, like, New London County has successes. There's good things coming out of New London County. It's not just the stereotypes you hear in the day, or like, it's not like that. Like,
It's not like that at all, actually.
it's not. Like, yeah, bad stuff happens, but bad stuff happens everywhere. And there's people doing good. There is definitely people doing good, and we don't hear about it too much, like I said. And we definitely do touch on that in the show. You'll see, like, there's a lot of bad newscasts that you'll hear, and it's just like,
I know there's
why?
one part where we like literally discuss it. We're like, honestly, I hate newscasting on this kind of stuff because it's true. Like, I hate watching the news because all I get is bad news, and I'm just like, what's next?
yeah, so basically our show this summer, since it is the street, focuses on 5 main characters?
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere
5 or
around
6.
5 main characters that are all going through their own struggles in life outside of the writer's block. And they all met in the writer's block, and they're just trying to figure out their lives. And they're all going through some very real issues in their own households. But to each other, nobody knows about what's really going on. So you'll see, like, each household tells their story. And you'll see that when they're in front of each other in their friends' circle, when they're at writer's block, you don't hear about it. Because they don't want to talk about it. Because where they're from, snitching doesn't happen. You see something, you don't say something. So throughout this play, that's a really big theme, is the fact that people are basically scared into not talking about real issues. And
Talking about what hurts them. stuff like
exactly, like you won't.
They're so terrified of like the outside world, they don't want to speak up and tell somebody about it. So
Exactly.
they literally hide behind like their walls, and then they tell their friends like just enough to make sure that they don't know if it's going bad or good. And like
Exactly.
that's literally our life.
Yeah, so this show, like I said before, is real, and you'll see with these 5 characters and the issues that they're going through, you'll see like the consequences of not speaking up. When you know something's wrong, but you're doing it anyway, and you're kind of turning a blind eye to real issues, which I feel like a lot of us do. I know I do it all the time.
I do it too much.
Everyone does. Like, it's something you do self-consciously. Like, you don't know you're doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this show really does, it will open your eyes on a lot of things that, like, you probably wouldn't have realized before. But after you watch the show, you'll realize, like, my community really does have this. And I'm pretty sure all of us can say all of our communities have some type of violence in them, regardless of if it's gun violence, gang violence, any type of violence on a minor scale such as bullying. Like, and bullying isn't even minor. Like, it happens everywhere in every school. I've seen it.
Bullying is like a wide range of things. Like, it could be
Yeah.
it could be minor to like
Major.
majorly physical, majorly mental. Like,
Yeah.
I've experienced like a lot of bullying, what I considered bullying, and it was really stressful.
Yeah, it is.
It's stressful. Living life is stressful. I think what you like. I went through bullying too, because I was like literally the only black person in an all-white class on an honors level in English, but my teacher never gave me a chance to answer questions or something like that because, you know, we can fill in that sentence.
That's unacceptable.
That is unacceptable.
Yeah.
So I called her out on it, and things changed.
Good.
That's the point that we're making, is that it does happen everywhere, in every school. None of us go to the same school, but we can all sit here and share stories about basically the same events happening to us, just in different circumstances.
Yeah.
And this show, we deal with different types of violence. We deal with gun violence, mental violence, like self-harm, suicide. Like, we touch on
Everything.
everything. Everything. The show is very well-rounded in the fact of pointing out that violence isn't just physical violence. There is such thing as mental violence, self-inflicted violence. And a lot of people, when you hear violence, you first think, I said the same thing before the show, was violence, like physical, like getting in a fight with someone or something. And when we asked our students, what does violence mean to them, a lot of them said fighting. And they were like, oh, give an example. Like, oh, seeing a fight in school, or having an argument with your parents. Like, there's so much more violence going on.
What's behind that violence? That's first physical violence. What's behind that? Then you got your mental violence and your emotional violence, and that's where you start digging in. And that's what we had to do. I was like,
Exactly.
okay, so you have your basic story of your physical violence. what happens to that person who just became the victim? And then we started figuring
We have a
out.
call.
We have a
I'm sorry.
We have a call.
You're on the air. Do you have a question?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, I think it's great what you guys are talking about, and I'm really curious. When did you say the shows were happening, and where, and how could I get tickets?
The show is called Sincerely the Streets. It's August 15th at New London High School at 7 p.m. And you can get tickets at writersblockinc.com. .org, sorry. It's writersblockinc.org.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
Spell it out.
Writersblock, BLOCK, Ooh, did you just go off air? Oh, if you're still watching, it's writersblock, and the ink is spelled INK.org. Writersblock.org. There you go.
You want to do a little?
What? Me? A
So,
performance?
to show you guys a little bit of what we do.
Wait. Can we just take a selfie real quick?
We can take a selfie.
We got time. I just gotta.
This is also a very real issue happening in our world.
Yeah.
The
It's called
craze
the
of
selfie
selfies.
Selfie.
This is legit happening right now. Oh my god. It's gonna be shaky. I don't care.
Okay.
Okay.
So now
That
we're going to have Naomi Jones come up and show you guys a little bit of what we do at the Writers Block.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm all right. Okay. Should I stand up? You think I should stand? I think I should stand. Stand up. Like this.
There you go.
Look at that. Look at God. Okay. This one is called Mic Check. Is this thing on? God, I just want to say that I hear you, but I don't see you. Like, where have you been all my life? It just feels like my life is suddenly a mess whenever I feel like I've knocked down the wrong doors. And even though you said, knock and the door shall be open unto you, I seem to forget to start knocking. And I twist the knob and I'm in. I'm into this mess meant to be knocked and tapped into a mic check rhythm. Is this thing on? Lord, I found a mirror this morning in the drawer and I saw you staring at me through a photocopy like pasted on myself, but I felt to look behind me and noticed that there was nothing there. Not that I didn't know you were there, I was just so used to feeling your presence first that I wasn't sure if I started feeling you or the common flesh of my feet systematically forced into this mic check rhythm, tap, and check into a church practice. But since when do we have to practice God? Since when was the body forcing God into a routinely ordered timing when Jesus was the clock to time? We are moving backwards, not realizing that others are moving forward, pulling us on their cloak like the separation of atoms. From one illicit moving electron to the valence of another, that one virus multiplying onto another, that one poisonous bite forced into the mouth of another atom. Why must you find the lust of your heart stronger than the word of God? Why must you build an equation meant for destruction when all you had to do was add him? Adam. We are accustomed to this rhythm like a shock wave within atoms if only you reached up and grabbed him. Adam. You let your generations leave with this insecurity that God wasn't always on them for their actions, so repentance was more like an anthem on their on-off switch, not realizing God's mic could never turn off. Not realizing he couldn't just tap and check into the systematic movement of the devil. Adam. Why? He died for us. That way each prayer wouldn't start out with, is this on? Go.
Yes. So that's just a little bit of what we do at the Writers Block. There's spoken word, dancing, writing, singing, acting. There's visual arts. We do
A lot of stuff going on.
everything.
We did sculpting.
Yeah, we did sculpting and painting. Like we do a lot at the block.
Building our own sets.
Yeah, we build our own
Yes.
sets, and the students at the Writers Block actually wrote their script. So we did like different writing classes and gave them like different prompts about the show, and we basically broke down the scenes in an outline for them, and they took it to where they wanted the show to go. So everything that you'll see in the Writers Block show is student made. Like, of course, we had our staff members go over and make sure everything was, like, edited correctly and everything. Completely student-made, and we helped write with the kids. And
They had so much fun. They were so excited.
It was like the first.
They want to bring their story
Yeah.
to you. And, like, they're like, listen, I want to write. Give me the script. Let me write. And I'm like, okay, you go. Do you, boo-boo.
It's like legitimately the first class that we've ever had, like a group of students that were actually like
excited.
Yeah,
Excited.
I mean the other ones were excited too. But these ones were like polite. They wanted to do everything. They wanted to do dancing. They wanted to do music writing. They wanted to do everything. And I was like, wow, that's
That's a difference.
that's different.
Yeah, the kids are really excited to just get started because this is a show that they feel like they can relate to. Like I said, I feel like a lot of kids our age can. And our youngest members in the writer's block are 10, and they feel like they can relate to such a real show like this. So that just
Which is
kind of puts it in
crazy.
perspective for you where we're at in our community, in our world, just in our social issues in general. So,
Yeah.
do you want to perform now, Zach?
Or you. Don't put it off to everyone else.
Don't
I
put-
got you. I got you.
Well, we'll give Ariana a decision. Would you like to go? I mean, there's no pressure.
There's a
No
lot of pressure.
yeah.
Just
thanks.
give us
no
give
pressure,
us,
but a lot
no,
of
no,
pressure.
no,
Actually-
just give us a good acapella. Just
Actually-
pretend it's just the boat. Just pretend it's just two of us. There's no lights, no nothing going on. We didn't just take a
it's just
selfie.
us.
Just another regular day at the
All
blog.
right. Are you gonna hold me down on the? I just need the knocking. That's it.
Okay.
I don't remember how the beat goes, so just.
I'll rock with you when you start.
You gonna tell us what you're gonna sing?
I'm gonna be singing "Time" by Neo.
Ooh.
We'll just sit back and
Is this thing on? Anyway.
All right. How come you don't make time for me anymore? That's the last thing she said to you. And now when you call, she don't answer anymore. Oh, the line is busy and you can't get through. In the time it would take you to learn from your mistakes. In the time it would take to dial the phone. In the time it would take you to realize her greatness, she'll be gone. She's moved on to someone who takes the time. Her love wasn't a priority to you. You had other things on your mind. And now, when it's much too little and too far too late, the busy signals, all that's left behind. You're all alone in the time it would take you to learn from your mistakes. In the time it would take to dial the phone. In the time it would take you to realize her greatness, she'll be gone. She's moved on to someone who takes the time. No one knows what they have until they don't. And by then it doesn't matter anymore. You're all alone in the time it would take you to learn from your mistakes. In the time it would take to dial the phone. In the time it would take you to realize her greatness, she'll be gone. She'll be gone. Hang up the phone.
Yeah.
That's a regular jam session.
Yes.
You see me in audio in a lunch.
I just realized we just missed the call. Listen to the caller that just called. I'm really sorry that we made you hold on for so long. Call us back, please. We're so sorry. I just got out of hosting college. It's my first time.
Hosting college.
First job. And I cross my fingers this will go well. Anyway.
But I'm this vocal instructor this year at the Writer's Block, and
For good
I'm
reasons.
15 years old. So yeah, this is my first
about to
time
be
teaching.
16.
Yeah, I'm about to be 16. This is my first time teaching. I'm also a block captain. We all are actually block captains. And a block captain basically is the bridge between the students, the faculty, and yeah.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
what we are. We help instruct some of the classes. We're kind of like the right hand for the staff. And
the left hand for the students.
yeah, basically, like we're the glue that keeps it running the way it does. And yeah, so this is my first time teaching, my first time being a vocal instructor. I love it. Teaching is so much fun, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without Writer's Block, because nobody really thinks that a 15-year-old kid could be instructing students that are basically the same age as them and younger, like, and some
and
a lot of them
older.
are older than me. Yeah, like nobody else would really give youth that opportunity the way that Writer's Block does, and all of us has had the opportunity to really take a step up and like show the kids like, hey, I'm your age, but I'm doing this and this, and you could be doing this and this. Just stick with us, like stick with us, and you will get there. Like, and all the kids are realizing we had auditions for our show recently, and all the kids were so excited. And a lot of them haven't done this before. They were like, oh, I don't know how to audition. What do I do? So we worked with them, and like the outcome was amazing.
They are so good.
I think all the kids auditioned. Every single kid auditioned, and everyone got a part. And everyone's part is...
I can guarantee that some of them were like, oh my god, I don't want to audition. I really don't want to audition. But then they auditioned, they came back, and they were like, I think I did really well. I think
I'm glad I auditioned.
I think I did like super well.
Yeah, like everyone was really, really excited when the cast list came out, and we did our first read-through of the script yesterday.
Yesterday.
And wow.
They were like so good off a cold read. Like a cold read is like something that you just read for the first time, and they are so good. They just read it and was like, oh, we gotta act this out. Probably because Adrian said so, but still, they acted it out and they did it on point, and they were just amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, and to help us keep our show, or to have our show be as amazing as it can be, we have different workshops come in from people out of town to people that are doing great things in our town. So we expose the kids to people that are doing good in their community that they probably wouldn't have met without Writer's Block.
I could say that my favorite workshop, sorry to interrupt, I
No,
hope
it's fine.
not. My favorite workshop and the only workshop that I've experienced was definitely Freedom Forever. Oh my goodness. She does sculpting and pottery and raises awareness of domestic violence, and she told us her personal story related to domestic violence, and I really...
She's so
oh my
powerful.
goodness, she made me cry. She even made herself cry. It was so powerful. So shout out to Eva if you're watching this.
Shout out!
That's the one day I don't have my bracelet on. She passed out bracelets. I wore it every
I
day.
have mine on.
I wish mine matched my outfit.
Forever,
Freedom
live
forever.
in love.
Live in love.
And she works at Safe Futures, and her goal is honestly to help women that went through the same issues that she went through. And the stuff that she went through, like she was telling her story to the kids, and all of us were just so like captivated with her story, because it was so like, you think that people can't do that to people. Like the things that she went through, and she's such a sweet person, like it happens to everyone. Like there's no boundaries, exactly. There's no line that says, oh, I can't be affected by this, because she's one of the sweetest people I have ever met.
For real.
And a lot of the worst things that I've ever heard have happened to her and people she's known, and just
It's like crazy. I mean, just like how in the play we're doing the song "Where Is the Love," like literally that affects all of our lives. I mean, she really is the sweetest person. Like, she's just ever. Like, she's amazing. And then her story, you're just like, can I find this person for you? But then she tells us, no, violence is never the answer, because you can't help violence with violence. I was like,
Exactly.
Wow.
I just want to write a book about her.
You
so
were
bad.
amazing.
Yeah, she's just-
I love her story so much.
She's a very real and pure person. And instead of taking from her experiences and becoming this different type of person and like losing herself, which she did while she was in the midst of these issues, but she found a way to find herself again through her sculpting and her pottery and stuff, and that's what really kept her grounded and made her able to come to the writer's block and tell us her stories so that we know that these issues are real and these things do happen. And just right in our back door. She lives in New London.
For real.
Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy how all this can happen. And all the kids were just like, oh my gosh, are you
Tell it
serious?
again.
This really happened to you? Like, it happens. And this is what our show is telling you, like,
It happens.
everywhere.
We have to like,
Everywhere.
open our eyes to it. Go ahead, Zach.
So before we move on to the final performance, I just one more thing about Eva. She doesn't have that many Facebook likes, and if you want to check her out, just type in Freedom for Eva, EWA and Eva, pottery, and in Facebook that should pop up, and hopefully it does. Sorry, I couldn't do any more, Eva, if you're watching this.
Oh,
And-
we should probably do another shout out for everyone else in Block 2.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. What have I done?
The Block students,
The Block students,
especially.
yeah.
The Block instructors, instructors. Okay. Adrian and Frank and Addie and Ian
Don't give
and
me that look.
Adam.
I'm sorry.
Oh, really? Are you sorry?
Shout out to everyone that she just said. Where's the camera?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
And you should like Frank's page too, because he does
Yeah.
Friday grams or something like that.
Oh,
Friday
yeah, I
Frank
was checking
grams or
that out.
something.
I was checking that out.
we wouldn't be able to do anything that we do without them.
True.
They are what keep the Writer's Block going. And Frank and Adrian, who she touched on before, are actually founding members. They were here when the Writer's Block,
So was
before the Writer's Block was actually Writer's Block.
With Addie too.
Yeah, Adela too. And and they all decided to come back because they believe in Writer's Block's mission and what Writer's Block is doing. And they believe that, especially at this time, they can help the youth. So they came back and they made sure that Writer's Block doors were open, that we had a place to be for the Writer's Block. So a big, huge thank you to you guys.
Yes.
Thank
'cause
you.
Round of applause. but
You
we
guys
can't
are
actually clap.
everything, honestly. You guys have, honestly, I don't think that a lot of people realize, like, we tell these stories about, oh, Writer's Block has helped us get out of this situation or helped us deal with this situation, but
It's not just the business; it's the people that are in it.
yeah, you don't really realize it. Like, you hear these stories and you're like, wow, that's amazing, but once you're in it and it's affected you, like, I feel like the show will affect anyone that goes to see it, like, then you'll understand what Writer's Block is really about, and then you'll see, like, everyone that steps into our doors is family. Like, by the end of the summer, we all come out and we're so close. Like, our ties are crazy. And, like,
We'll probably be melting down backstage.
yeah, like, it's always really sad at the last show after our cast party because all the kids are like, wow, I'm not going to see you every day anymore, and now I have to go back to real life. And that's why Writer's Block offers programs throughout the school year to ensure that our kids don't feel abandoned after the summer, that there is always somewhere to come to in the Writer's Block. And
Yeah.
we do homework help, we do a little spring production, a fall production, like we do things all throughout the year. So if you weren't able to register for the summer program, or if you like what you hear, like,
Register
come
for
down
fall.
to Writer's Block. 'Cause
Register
we're
for
here
spring.
all year round. We're here, we're open. This is what we do all the time.
Rain or shine.
Yeah, this is us, honestly.
Yes, yes. I think, Zach, I think you're
It's
ready.
that time.
I think I'm
Zach.
ready. You think I'm ready?
I think you're
you're
ready.
I don't think they're ready though.
I don't know if they're ready,
I
but
don't-
You
They
ready?
ready for that work? They ready for that work?
You ready? Okay.
Do you want to plug it in first?
It's already plugged in, isn't it?
No,
No?
your phone's right
Okay.
there.
Oh, no.
Oh,
your
the phone. I thought you meant the. We got a speaker. Back.
Oh no, the speaker is
we got a
actually
speaker
plugged
back
in.
there.
No, your phone's not. That actually has the music.
Can you make sure it's on?
So Zach, tell us a little bit about.
This is a wrap I made this morning. It's just like I'm a producer, so I also made the beat a while ago, like 2 days ago.
Right, totally
A while ago.
No, I'm legit serious. Naomi was with me when I wrote this.
Was with.
Was with.
And I did your chorus and your bridge.
Yeah, she wrote the chorus in 2 minutes. Okay.
This is about to be a very epic performance, and you guys hear it here first.
So also, if anyone tries to watch someone try and call while I'm giving the performance.
Just
that's happened
pause.
That's happened like.
If you do decide to call during the performance, we promise right when the performance is over, we will answer your call. So just hang on with us
Hang
till the
on.
performance is over.
Don't let the phone
Promise
stop
we'll come to you,
dialing.
I promise.
Okay. 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 So basically, let's
Let's do it.
Hopefully you guys can hear it. I don't have it memorized. It's right there. On this white paper that's obviously, you can see the pen. Okay. 1 a.m. Another track to try again. No stopping until the very end. It's dawn again. It's a pain in the back, Brian Donovan. But I never stopped cause I know I can. Never stop the pressing of the buttons. It's suppressing is others, not to me. Cause me was making teeth beat. My know-how knows no limits. Adding calmness, there's a juicy bit. Cause it's refreshing to me to hear that part of the beat. The spot is an opportunity to be the best thing yakking me. And for whoever's interested to see, cause I know my ABCs. My trip ain't got no B's. I'll spend my energy making Z's and my addressing T's. Got my engine now, all I need are car keys. Time to jump like a jump set, call that Bruce Lee. Now for Nada to take it away, let her bring you to her knees. Let her use you, spread the truth to you. Yes, Jesus! This is just the part where you just feel the music.
Feel it.
Feel it.
Let him use you.
Oh, I hear drums coming. What should we do with the drums? Oh, I don't know.
I say we get back in there.
I say you give him a second verse.
I say we jump in.
I didn't ride that back till I was 10. Don't know if it's relevant to what I'm trying to spin. Is that considered sin to the game? Oh well then, guess I'm just going to hip hop heck then. Forgetting my words to send, that there's no limit to what or when you can succeed in. Didn't have my shoes till 7. Why these rhymes all end with N? Get that's just destiny. As they say, keep it going. I need Dunkin' every early morning. I ain't proud of place and I'm just saying it's good for Mr. Brain. Up here chillin', making sure I'm up here killing like a villain. I'm just feeling Pickle Dylan, Ricky Dylan, oh too well in time for my last spin. Yes, this is the end. Hope we can be friends. Until then, I'll be representing my herself and friends. Nene, killed again. Just because you can.
Yes. that was a completely original song, beat and all. Zach, our amazing producer, made that. He also rapped on it. He wrote his rap, and then Naomi came in and did her. Oh gosh, that was amazing.
That
Good job, guys.
yo, no lie, that chorus changed like how many times? Like 5 times in a matter of 2 minutes.
And that was written this morning.
That was written this morning.
It was,
It was the
This
true
is what Writer's
struggle.
Block does.
That was a
we
Dunkin'
have a class,
morning.
music writing, and we turn on the beat. Frank runs it. We turn on the beat and we just feel it.
We feel the beat and we rock with it, and then all of a
And
sudden,
so many
bang.
great songs have came out of that. Original songs that you'll hear in the show, and it's amazing.
yeah.
True.
So,
Any closing remarks you guys want to do?
any closing remarks?
Come to the show.
Come to the show. Hopefully there'll be food. If not, I'm not even going.
No, there's gonna be food, Zach.
There better be food. Come watch the show August 15th, 7 p.m. New London High School. Get your tickets. Writers Block Inc. INK.org. Not quite sure how much they cost.
RIT.
They are a reasonable price.
$10.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
did not see that part.
Yeah, really.
Thanks, thanks, Adam.
Tickets
Mr.
are
Graphic
$10
Designer.
for youth and $12 for adults. It's at the bottom where it says tickets.
So thank you guys for staying with us for this hour. It has been so much fun.
Hope we didn't bore you.
It's been great to just
Sorry
let
if
you
we missed
guys
your
know
calls.
what the Writer's Block is. We're here. We're here. And yeah, so thank you very much. Again, I'm Ariana.
I'm Naomi.
And I'm Zachary.
I got me a complication, and it's an only child. Consume my reputation, something more than what I know it serves me right, but I can't sleep at night.